Hey guys, I have to express my gratitude to say thank you guys to every single one of you who have helped me make it this far. I literally am in the quarterfinals. Like, that's so surreal to me. Literally, for those of you who are especially new to my page and you guys recently follow me, is one, I love and appreciate every single one of you guys. The support, the love, words of encouragement, the messages, everything means so much to me. And again, I am truly grateful for all of you, because without you, none of this would have even came close to being possible. So I really, really, truly am grateful for your support. It really, really does mean a lot. All of this transpired with me coming across Damon John advertising that there was this national competition that he is hosting called Entrepreneur of Impact. I never knew what that was. And me being me, it was like, I want to say roughly like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. It was like ridiculously late. I couldn't sleep. It was just one of those nights for me. And I remember just having the mentality of, what do I have to lose, right? I have nothing to lose but something to gain. So I submitted an application, completely forgot I did so. Finding out, I don't know, maybe like a few days later, something around there, that I received an email saying, congratulations, you are selected to compete for Entrepreneur of Impact. And at first I was what did I do? Because at this time I was like putting applications everywhere, literally everywhere. Not just with this competition, but like for other people's podcasts, trying to be an actor and to be on a TV show and a movie and things like that. Literally just anywhere and everywhere. I figured like I have nothing to lose but something to gain. So then I received the email and I get selected, and I'm like so grateful, and I'm like, okay, like this is cool, right? To literally be selected to compete in a national competition hosted by Damon John from Shark Tank. Like that's huge within itself. And now March 23rd is when all of this began, when voting began. I set up I added the photos and everything. I edited my own profile and all these different things. And I literally went from competing against, so for those of you who don't know, is Entrepreneur of Impact is a national competition where people, entrepreneurs, are fighting to win for a grand prize of three things, which is one, $25,000 cash, two, one-on-one mentorship by Damon John himself, third, to be featured on Entrepreneur magazine, which is huge. And it is also a fundraiser to help a phenomenal organization called Gym Youth, which is an organization to help kids, the youth, be able to live active, thriving lives. And so it's a win-win. One, you're competing for this national competition. And second, everything is also you're essentially in charge of a fundraiser to help raise funds for a phenomenal organization. And so to be selected for such opportunity was amazing. I received an email saying congratulations, and then next March 23rd it became real, where voting went live, and I went extremely hard. I posted on social media. I made YouTube videos talking about it. I started sharing it like there was no tomorrow. I literally just kept posting. I kept sharing my link, and I posted it in a way, and I spoke about it in a way as if people are coming across it for the very first time. That was my mentality. Even if the same 10 people, 15 people were seeing my post, I kept having that mentality, as if advertising it in a way where it's coming across an individual for the very first time. So that way it leaves no guesswork. That was my mentality behind it. So then I I was competing amongst 1,000 in totality. I was competing against 88 people specifically within my group, and I ended up making it to being selected was a blessing within itself. Then, as it started gearing towards the end of the first round, then I'm like, okay, you know what? It would be kind of cool just to make it through the first round, right? Not be one of the first to get eliminated. And then I went through, and I was like, okay, this is cool, right? And then I made it to the top 20, and then I was like, okay, how cool would it be if I make it through the second round? Then I made it through the second round, which is now I'm in the top 15. And then I was like thinking, okay, now, okay, it would be kind of cool if I actually do make it to the top 10. Like that'd be kind of cool. Made it to the top 10. And then now this is like things are becoming serious. I'm like, okay, what if I make it to the top 5? Like how cool would that be? You know what I mean? I made it through to the top 5. And then now it's getting very serious. Where now this is present time. We're talking about last week, this most recent round, and April 30th is when voting ended, and it was all about, okay, now I made it to the top 5 within my group. How cool would it be if I actually make it through the final, make it to become the finalist within my group, like first place within my group? I was like, how cool would that be, right? And I was telling my friends and my people I'm close to, and I was like, being selected within itself was an immense blessing within itself. Even if I got eliminated the first round, second round, third round, whatever, being selected to me was way more than enough. And I kept telling my cousins and everything. They're like, Victor, they're like, Vic, this is so cool, yada yada, and it is really cool. But but me, I was like, I don't want to. For me personally, it is really cool to make it this far, right? And then the people close to me are like saying, like, Mijo, you actually have a good chance of this. You actually could win this, right? A lot of them are telling me, I have a good feeling that you are going to win this. And do I hope to win this? Yes, of course, right? Like that'd be huge. I said this before, I can care less about the dollar figure. Yes, the $25,000, do not let me mislead you. The $25,000 would significantly help me really not only solidify my foundation, all the years and hard work that I have really put into this craft of entrepreneurship. Not only would it really, metaphorically speaking, I have been laying cement, building a foundation all of these years. And the $25,000 would definitely help me strengthen my foundation, really begin my foundation where life would never be the same. In addition, the one-on-one mentorship session by Damon John himself is huge. Like people in his very position charge like 6 figures for like an hour, and I'm not exaggerating. And I only know this just because I studied millionaires, but I also studied billionaires. I'm more fascinated with billionaires because millionaires think completely different than a millionaire. And then, thirdly, to be featured on Entrepreneur Magazine, like if I actually were to win, that within itself would be worth so much more than I could ever quite put into words. Just because of me recently having a book launch where I recently became a published author of a book called Become the Victor, Turning Trials into Triumph, to then be featured on Entrepreneur Magazine. Do you have any idea how huge that would be? Like that right there holds a significance of me becoming potentially a best-selling author, which would be huge. It would completely kickstart my keynote speaking career, where I can actually go around in stages and do an actual speaking tour, actually set something up like that. It would completely kickstart my career. In addition to now having all of these titles or achievements under my belt, these milestones under my belt, it would help me whenever I reach out and send emails. People would see my name and view my name completely different, as if then it was just Victor Guerra sending an email. No, it'd be like Victor Guerra, who was featured on Entrepreneur Magazine, is reaching out to you. It's a completely different outlook. It gives you a sense of authority when your name crosses people's desk or emails or phones, whatever. And it would just totally, completely change my life. Like I mentioned this in a YouTube video a few times, and I talked about, I know there's going to come a day within my life where my anonymity is going to be completely thrown out the window. Meaning, anonymity means privacy. So what I am working towards, I know that there is going to come a day where my privacy is going to be completely thrown out the window. Me going in public, people are going to stop and recognize me and say, hey, can we get a picture? Absolutely. If I can be having a family dinner and people are going to be like taking pictures in a corner, or people are going to even approach me mid-conversation and be like, hey, can we take a picture? Or hey, they're going to initiate a conversation and things like that. And my anonymity is just going to be completely thrown out the window. And this is what I've been working for my entire life, where it's not so much, I want my privacy to be thrown out the window. No, it's just where it is I'm headed, the magnitude of attention, the responsibility that I'm headed towards, working towards. It's so much more than just me. It's me working towards a legacy where when my body gives up, because eventually, at least on the course I'm currently on, it is eventually going to give up. I at least want to know that I left a big enough impact, a big enough of a legacy where my words, my work is going to live far beyond than just my body. To me, that's how I'm building a legacy. Through the videos I create, through the documentation that I post, by me writing this book and future books to come. Every single thing that I do, I'm working towards, in the best of my ability, to leave a legacy. Because it's so much bigger than just me. It's all about putting myself in a position where when my SMA catches up on me, and I'm no longer able to write, and I'm no longer able to utilize my hands, I'm no longer able to do the things that I can today, I at least know that I took full advantage of the opportunities that I had right there in front of me before it was too late. Because not only am I taken care of what the future holds for me with my SMA, but I know that those around me will too be taken care of. And to me, working towards something into that magnitude of significance is not easy. Yeah, I may be nonchalant about it. Yeah, I may be subtle about talking about it. But only those who have achieved immense heights will truly be able to understand what it is I mean by this. And I'm just so grateful for the opportunity. I'm so grateful for making it to being the finalist within my group. Like, that's so huge to me, and I'm so incredibly grateful for this opportunity. I'm so incredibly grateful for all of you guys, because without you, none of this wouldn't have been possible. So from me to you, I want to say thank you, and I love you for voting for me, for going the extra mile and voting daily for me. I do get to see it, for voting daily for me, for sharing the link on your social medias. And I also want to highlight too, there's some that I came across, and if you do not tag me, I may overlook it. So you could have shared it, and I don't know. But for every single one of you that has shared my link, that helps me so much. And for everyone who also had the availability and even found something that they could donate for me. One, it's going to a great organization. But two, those additional votes significantly has helped me. And again, I would not be here if it weren't for you. So I want to say thank you, and I love you for creating me this opportunity. Because who knows what the future holds? I hope I could win, but I don't have the expectation to win. And what I mean by this, I'll end it here, but every single thing I set out to do, I enter it with confidence, and I enter it with the mindset and the best of my ability to do the best that I can with what I can with where I am. But I do not have the expectation of such outcome, because I feel when you attach an expectation towards something, it brings about stress. Oh, what if it doesn't work out? What am I going to do if it doesn't work out? It brings upon stress that, in my opinion, is a bit unnecessary. Because as it is, you already have so many other things, so many other problems already going on with your life, right? And if you can take anything away from this video, I want you to take away the attitude that in every single thing you set out to do, enter it with optimism, enter it with faith that good things do lie ahead, and enter it with faith that where you are, it isn't where you always will be. There's always your plan and there's God's plan. And I always found out that God's plan is far more greater than the plan I had originally imagined, visualized. Again, thank you guys so much for creating me this opportunity. I am incredibly grateful. This morning I had a moment of reflection and I got a little bit emotional just because I'm like, what if I do have a good shot at this. Like that possibility, not finally, but that possibility slipped into my mind. Like, you actually do have a good chance at this. And I think a lot of the emotion came from, because more so this year has been far from easy. Yes, you may see me smile. Yes, you may see me post. I just had a book launch. Yes, you may see me post that I just had a great speaking engagement. Yes, you may see me starting a very successful podcast. I have no idea how this is even happening either. But there's so much behind the scenes where, it's been from you and I, from me to you, is trying to keep the candle lit within, the flame within, trying to keep that spark, trying to keep that flame lit. It's not easy. There's so much beneath it all. And I got a bit emotional just because I'm like, man, this year within itself has been a blessing. There's a lot of great things going on. But there's so much beneath it where I'm like, man, how do I keep going through certain things? Why do certain things keep happening? And just to be doing what I'm doing, especially quarter one at the beginning of the year, is such a surreal moment for me. So again, I'm just incredibly grateful, and I'm so humbled to be the finalist within my group. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what's going to transpire from all of this, but I'm definitely going to do my best, right? The only thing you can do is show up and just give it your best. If you wake up and you are operating at 10%, you are and you give it your all, you actually are showing up at 100%, because that's the best you within that moment, right? So just continue to show up, keep a positive attitude. As difficult as it is, it's not impossible, but continue to show up, keep that positive outlook, positive attitude. Stay humbled, because nobody likes arrogance or someone egotistic. And just do the best that you can. Especially if you have an ability to connect with individuals where other people may look towards and deem as unreachable. You have that ability to connect with individuals that many people look towards, that again are unreachable. That's your gift. You are born to lead. You are born to achieve great things. One of my favorite quotes is, your greatest test will become your greatest testimony. Hold on to that quote. Hold on to your positive outlook. And most importantly, hold on to faith, because it is faith that will move mountains. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And as always, remember, grow through what you go through. Much love. Voting again begins Monday, May 4th.